So my name is Joe Strumman. My company is 2040 Energy. We do sustainable heating solutions of all kinds. What I'm demoing tonight is called HVAC Meter. What this is it's a sensor-based product that you can install into the furnace or air conditioner into your own home, see how much heating or cooling your furnace and air conditioner are doing throughout the year, and the system will correlate that to the outside temperature and give you an idea of how efficient your home is. So, why would you need a product like this? Well, the first thing it does is it tells you if anything is going wrong with your furnace or air conditioner. If it's a hot day and you're only getting half the cooling that you normally get, then something's wrong, and you should probably be alerted to this. We're also working with HVAC trade pros to create an interface for them to be involved with this as well. Second thing, the second piece of data you can get from this is really an idea of how efficient your home is overall. This is especially important to me. I'm a big climate change advocate, saying we should be using less energy, less fossil fuels. And if we want to use less of something, the first thing we have to do is start measuring it. So that's what HVAC Meter allows you to do with your gas. So to get started, I'm going to demonstrate how you would install this into your own home. So I have here sort of a mock furnace. It is a hairdryer in a 4-inch section of ducting. I'm almost as proud of this as I am of the actual thing that I worked on. Okay, so I need Joe to come, the other Joe to come hold the mic, or somebody to hold the mic. So, now if you're doing this at home, you should probably wear safety goggles, right? But I forgot to bring those tonight for the demo. But we've got just a drill, special bit on it. We drill a hole into our duct. There we go. Okay. Well, that was the easy part, I think. So then we take this sensor. I'm going to get a close-up view on the camera here. And there's nothing too fancy about this sensor. It's just a humidity sensor you can buy off any electronics website, and I've soldered it to some stuff with an Ethernet jack on it to connect to a Raspberry Pi. And I mean, that sounds hard, but honestly, it's not. You should try it. If you haven't gotten a Raspberry Pi and putzed around with it, I really encourage you to try it. So we'll put this in here. I think we're good. And then we've got our other sensor, needs to be plugged in yet. I'm going to take this again. Okay, so we've got one sensor on either side of the furnace, one on the cold side and one on the warm side. And so once we know what the temperature difference is between the sides, there's also a wind speed sensor, can tell us how fast the wind is blowing. And when we have those two pieces of data, we can see how many BTUs are being put in coming out of your furnace. So the real-time data screen should be showing some information right now, but it's not, so give me a minute. Yeah, this isn't even on internet, actually. Okay. All right, well, I'll demo the other screens anyway. So basically what you get out of this is you get how many BTUs of heat are coming out of your furnace. So what the system does is it takes that data and it measures heating and cooling events. So your furnace kicks on for a period of time. The system tracks, okay, how much heat was it putting out, for how long, and what was the temperature outside. Based on that, it creates these heating and cooling events. And based on all that, it can figure out how efficient your house is overall. And it gives you a nice kind of red, yellow, green meter on that. Where red is your house is really inefficient, you should maybe think about adding some insulation. And green is you've probably spent a lot of money already making your home efficient. Yellow, lower yellow is where my old house is. So we've also got annual projections of how much money you're spending on energy for the last 7 days or the last 12 months. And this is based on some energy costs that you can configure, and it breaks it down by heating and cooling. Okay, another thing is we have the Diagnostics View. So this will keep track of, as your system turns on and off and gets hot and cold, it'll show you what's happened over the past 1 hour or after the past 12 hours. And we're working with some HVAC installers to be able to let them access this data for their customers so they can see, if somebody's furnace is kicking in 6 separate times every hour, they likely have a problem. Something isn't going right. And maybe they want to see, okay, how long has this been going on? Well, it's been happening for the last 12 hours. There's something really wrong here. We should send a tech out. Let's get it fixed. The last thing we have is the efficiency journal. So this tracks that efficiency number over time. And as you make upgrades to your home, you can add an entry into this journal, and it'll show up as a red line here. And it'll let you see, okay, on September 9th, I added new kitchen windows, and the home got a little bit more efficient. And so this lets you measure the progress of any upgrades that you're doing at your home. So this is a great feature if you're working on some insulation projects. So what I've got here tonight, you saw it's just like a bare circuit board. It's not very professional. I'm looking to take this to the next level. So if this is the kind of thing that you think you're interested in, I've set up an Indiegogo page. I am still in the preview mode. And if you sign up for preview updates before the end of the weekend, you will get a $50 discount on the product when we launch next week. So that's what I'm looking on. And since I don't think I'm at 7 minutes yet, I'm going to take a couple seconds and get this demo to work. Who here has worked on a Raspberry Pi before? Do they work perfectly all the time? Hey. Okay, so I've done now I've turned my furnace on, the hair dryer. We can see our airflow is getting a little bit higher. Our supply air temp, that's the temperature that's coming out of the furnace. The return air temp is what's going in. So you can see we've got already about a 20-degree difference. We're up to 1,000 BTUs an hour. The hair dryer will eventually get up to 2,000 if I let it keep going. What's in your home is probably like 60,000 or 80,000. So this is a real small-scale demo. But it shows a proof of concept anyway. So, all right.